Hey, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let There Be Talk, the Bitchin Files, brought to you by my great sponsor, Earthquaker Devices out of Akron, Ohio. Devo Land, which matter of fact, if you follow him on Instagram right now, I just saw that Mark from Devo Mothersburg is doing a live thing at their place today. Pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Earthquaker Devices, sponsor for 2 years. Amazing. You play any kind of instrument or if you just want to look cool, buy one of these stomp boxes and throw it in your house. People go, what is that? It's a stomp box, dude, from Earthquaker Devices. Anyway, check them out, earthquakerdevices.com. How are you, Spicy?
I'm good, dude. I just I put out a little web series.
Oh, you did?
4 short.
Oh, yeah, I saw. You showed it to me secretly a while ago.
Yeah, they came out 4 shorts about marriage, and they're doing well. Like, I kind of put them out, not a lot of promo behind them, but they're all on my YouTube, which is Christian Spicer 713, youtube.com. Christian Spicer 713, representing H-Town.
Yeah.
But people seem to be like, it's like people are either like, oh my God, these are too funny, or people reply like, this is too fucking accurate.
Oh, yeah. I only saw one, so did you tweet it? I didn't see that. I would have tweeted it.
I tweeted it a few times. I kind of wanted just to see how they do, but I'll shoot the link out here in a little bit.
Yeah.
And people can check them out. They're all on the YouTube, 4 up there. Yeah, that's kind of all we did. And then video game news, Blizzard, the big company, they make great, amazing games. They released their newest game, Overwatch. It came out yesterday, officially today, but early release yesterday. That game's fire, Dean. It's fucking good.
Now, here's something I was going to ask you. Like, do the games come out on all the how many consoles are there now? Like 2 different gaming console units? Like when I was growing up, it was Sega and Atari, right?
Yeah, well, it changes. Right now, there's the PC, like computer, and then the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo has the Wii U, but it's kind of dead. And
that's that old one where it's like you're playing sports?
That's the Wii. The Wii U is just a horribly named next console that doesn't quite work that way, but they've retired that console more or less. They have a new one coming out next year, but right now it's like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Sony and Microsoft are the 2 dogs in.
So when the game comes out, they make them for both the things?
Most of the time, there'll be a few exclusives, like if it's made by Sony, it'll only be on the Sony platform or Microsoft or whatever. But
which one's better? The platforms, game platforms?
I would argue the PlayStation 4. Right now, that's the better console.
I remember I was with Dalia on the road, I don't know, a year ago or something, maybe even a little longer, 2 years ago. And we just we were walking around in the mall and went into a game place. I don't play these games.
Yeah.
Because I know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I will not fucking leave the house. I am fucking smart. It'd be like, oh. So there's some car racing game there, and it's like you're racing in Monte Carlo or something. Mm-hmm. And the fucking thing was so real.
Yeah.
I was just like racing this Ferrari down the streets and shit. And immediately I was hooked. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And Delia and I were like, how great are these games,
It's easy to complain about a lot of shit right now, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it is an incredible time to be a gamer, and the quality and the amount of AAA awesome fucking games that are coming out all the time, insane.
How much are the games?
$60, more or less.
So, that's one of the reasons like America doesn't go out anymore. Because they just buy a bag of weed on Friday. They get like a good, quarter ounce of some chronic. And then they get a $60 game. They take some bong rips, pop that game in, and next thing you know, it's fucking Sunday at 2:30 in the morning. They got to go back to work.
Yeah, it will melt some days away.
Oh my God, right? Just like,
Yeah.
Now, when you're playing the games, it saves the spot you're at, right?
Yeah, most games have pretty generous checkpointing systems, so you don't lose a bunch of progress. It's not like the old days where you had to beat Mario in one sitting or whatever. And you're leaving the console on and not, Mom, no!
Yeah, it's like or the real old days where you had to just keep pumping quarters to try to get all the way through something. I still love Pitfall. I'm a Pitfall guy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was just thinking like, once you get bored of that game too, then what do you just eBay it?
Yeah, you can eBay it, sell it back. A lot of the publishers now are trying to make that harder to do.
Yeah.
Where they'll have like a one-use download code in it. So if you buy the game new, you get 4 extra little characters or, different maps for multiplayer or something like that. So when you resell it, you don't get as much for it. But there's a pretty decent secondhand market still, and aside from just collectors, because we hold on to it's like CDs. It's like, oh, I'm gonna put it on my shelf, and then you do, and you're like, why the fuck do I?
God, that's so dumb. It's so dumb because, the consoles change too, right?
Yeah.
And then you got these games that you need to keep some old console around too, and it's a constant battle at my house right now of getting rid of shit.
Yeah, and then some of the old consoles can't even hook up to the new TVs, like without an adapter or something.
Yeah,
so
then
you're
you
just
need,
I wanted your old TV, I just
right.
didn't have a place for it, and you're fine with me.
Yeah, you need a TV to keep around to play some game you might play once in a year.
Yeah.
That's why I stick with records. It's the same thing. It's the turntable, the amp, and a record. And you put it on, and you go, yes.
Yeah, I want to get. I think I've talked to you about this offline some. I want to get a nice little, nice being
standalone,
just like a little suitcase record player, something that I don't need. It's not great quality, but I have it in my office, and it's like built in. I'll change a tube once every 20 years or something like that.
You got to get that one I was saying. They used them in junior high and elementary school. It's got the built-in speaker. I got one for a friend, and it sounds so fucking good. So it's the ones they had in fucking elementary school. You come in, they click off the top. It's got one speaker here. Put the record on. 3 speeds. It's got 78 on there still. I remember when I was fucking a kid, like maybe 5.
Wait, you remember what?
When I was a kid.
Oh, I thought you said when you were fucking a kid.
No. Turn
it on 78.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When I was a kid though, I had Big Bad Wolf on 78, and I put it on the slow speed, and it'd be just Satan. It'd be like, but yeah, man, that's a great one, and they look cool too. And what made me want one was I went to some hipster party.
Yeah.
And it was in the backyard, and they had one there plugged in, and records were playing. They just had a stack of kind of ghetto records so people could just fuck around, put them on. I was like, that is genius, just some records in the backyard, and they had Sabbath and shit coming out of this old elementary school, and it sounded great.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds what you pay for. It's not like a Macintosh receiver or anything or an amp, but it's like...
It doesn't sound like it, but it's just cool.
Right.
Like you're in a backyard playing records.
Yeah.
That shit is badass.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to see The Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
just got some free tickets out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the best seats, but it does not matter.
Are they free, and are they The
exactly.
Who?
It's like free at the Staples Center. Let's go,
Yeah, it'll work out.
But I seen The Who in '82, and I tweeted yesterday. I said, I'm going to see The Who on Wednesday night, which is funny because I saw them in '82 on their farewell tour, so I guess they were just kidding. And this thing has got to be one of my biggest tweets in years right now, man. It keeps blowing up. But I saw The Who in '82. They had the big hit Eminence Front out at the time.
Okay.
And Keith Moon had died. And they got Kenny Jones from the Faces.
Okay.
And they were going out. They're going to tour. This is supposed to be their last time. Stones did 81 Tattoo You tour. That's probably going to be it for them. 81. And then The Who, farewell, 82. Oakland Coliseum. The Clash opens. The Clash has the Combat Rock record out.
Oh, yeah.
And they're humongous. It's Should I Stay or Should I Go and Rock the Casbah and all that. It was a fucking great, great day. And I remember the tickets back then were so hard to get. Farewell tour, holy shit. And it was an incredible day. And here I am seeing them 2016. I wasn't really thinking I was going to go see him. And my buddy Ed Berman texted me, tweeted at me 2 days ago. He said, holy shit, go see The Who. I went. And Ed is one of my oldest friends, but he saw Hendrix. He's seen everyone. He did coke with Dwayne Allman.
Oh, damn.
His first line of Blow, allegedly. But when he says go see something, I go, I better go because he's like me. He's seen everyone.
Right.
So I was just kind of like, The Who's coming again. Yeah. But I saw The Who on Fallon about 2 months ago.
Okay.
I was like, these guys fucking sound great. I mean, it is rocking.
Yeah.
And Pete Townsend, what a legend, huh?
It's incredible. And you haven't heard of them having like a bad tour or a bad show. Like a lot of bands you hear about, like the one, it's like, oh, you went '87, yeah, that was the bad year.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't hear any of those horror stories about the Who. You don't hear about them being total fucking assholes. Like, they're rock and roll,
Yeah.
so they've trashed some shit, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But there's none of these horror stories about them, or like being dicks, or trying to screw each other over, or like management getting in the way.
Except for that Townsend fucking that dark shit of Townsend for a while, man. That's, you know what was really crazy on the Who? I still trip out on it. Their bass player dies at the fucking Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Cocaine and hookers. It's just straight rock at like 60. The next day or 2 days later, they play the Hollywood Bowl with a fucking fill-in guy.
What are
I'm
you gonna
like,
do?
man, that is gangster.
Yeah. What are you going to do? You got a date. You got to keep the date.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, but I'm down to see it. I'm seeing The Cure tonight.
I know. It's, yeah.
Wow. I'm looking at their set list. 32 songs.
Where are they playing?
Hollywood Bowl.
That's going to be crazy.
The set list is unbelievable, man.
I need to get in and out of Hollywood before that show starts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so right. It's funny, when I grew up, I hated The Cure, but I liked them secretly.
Sure.
Because there was such this line drawn in the sand. It was a lot like Prince. You didn't want to tell people you like, you know. But with The Cure, it really was these goth girls
Yeah.
that would hang out at like coffee shops and stuff with the pale face and the black hair and the black lipstick. And they would smoke cloves. I never forgot it. And they would just, back when you could smoke inside places, and they would just smoke these cloves and think they were so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And they were really always like beautiful. They're like the girls that I loved, but they'd be like, "You're a gross rocker. Get out of here." That whole thing, you know, it was such like, it's a lot like Breakfast Club. You know, I'm the Bender guy with the flannel and the Levi and the cigarettes and the fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
And then you got the Ali Sheedy character over there. She would be the Cure girl. And then you got the girl that I really liked was the redhead one.
Yeah, Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald, who was like the preppy cheerleader girl.
Yeah. A little misunderstood.
Yeah.
I feel like the Cure fans, like that, and when they were newer, and still even today, they are still annoying Cure fans in high schools across the country.
Totally.
They annoy me the same way some weed stoner heads annoy me. It's like, I love the music. I'm fine with the culture. I'm not fine with like the deep dive. It's like, I get it.
Yeah.
You smoke weed. Weed's great. Of course but it's just like.
But don't grow fucking dreads.
No, dude, for 20 con,
Yeah.
I'm a weed com. I only do com and weed com. It's just like.
That blows my mind when someone is such a fucking weed head. Everything is weed about them.
Yeah.
Anything they talk about, like they'll just say 420, dude. Like everything's set around their life. They got dreads. You know, they play tons of video games.
Hey.
We got a call. All right, let's check it out. Hey, what's going on? You're on the air. Who's calling?
Oh, yeah, this is the acid guy from North Carolina.
What?
Anyway, I already talk about Kanye West. This is the acid guy from North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, Kanye West. You got the right show.
Oh, nice.
What do you want to talk about Kanye about?
Oh, yeah. It was on Ellen, the whole, like, crazy thing that he did.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was all based on, like, him doing DMT, and now the Indigo movement is, like, supposedly starting.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Kanye is a master at self-promotion.
Yeah.
Anytime Kanye does something and everybody thinks it's so crazy, you talk about Kanye for 4 months. Like, that dude is so calculated in what he does, and he is never crazy. I believe that when Kanye is at home, instead of like Zodiac Killer, you know, in the movie they have like the bulletin board and the threads connecting everything.
Yeah.
Kanye has a huge fucking wall that's just like my crazy wall.
Yeah.
And it's like, time since last crazy thing, time to next crazy. What am I going to do? When am I going to do what? I'm going to interrupt Taylor Swift here 4 years earlier so that I can reference her in a lyric in my album that comes out in 10 years. Dude's a fucking mastermind. Fucking mastermind.
I think that marriage is fixed, too.
Probably.
I think that's just a sham of publicity. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he kind of prophesied about marrying a porn star like 2 albums ago.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know if she's a porn star. I think those two words together are hilarious, porn and star. But, you know,
Really had to make one to get rich.
I'll tell you what, though. I love music. I know all kinds of stuff about music. I am engulfed in music. I don't know anything about Kanye's music. I hear it and I just go,
Really?
yeah, I just cannot.
Oh, wow.
I can't take it, man. There's just not. People are like, genius here. I seen Kanye, you know, like I see him live, and it just doesn't grab me, man, you know?
You gotta get the DMT references. He's somehow like crazy, like being a god. It's kind of like Duncan Trussell's comedy.
It's all third eye.
You know, I really wanted it, you know, like, I think with Kanye to me is there's not enough music for me compared to all the other shit that I get from him of like Kanye did this and that and oh he's over. There's too much of the other side for me to enjoy what's coming. You know what I mean? I love outlaws and I love rebels and guys that speak their mind. But when it's all that, I'm just kind of like, you know, like I love Oasis and it was great. They had killer music and they would battle and fight and shit. That's a good combo, you know. But you know, wait till he gets divorced, then I'll start listening. It'll probably be a great record, like Bob Dylan, fucking Blood on the Tracks. Thanks for calling in, dude.
Yeah, see you, dude.
Later. At first, I thought that was a fake call.
I think it was just a bad Skype connection. It seemed like it was a little, or maybe he was in like the hills of North Carolina and didn't have a.
Cool dude though. Called in with an actual topic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of like, hey, how are you guys?
It is interesting, like today's music, or today everything, and I think you and I both are aware of this and into this machine too, as well with like Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever. But like how relevant Kanye stays for the amount of music he puts out. He puts out a decent amount of music,
right?
But he's not Elton John in the 70s.
No,
you know what
not
I mean?
2 records a year like all the people in the 70s.
Yeah, he's not cranking out record after. He'll put out a single, then he'll tease a record that's only available on Tidal, and then 4 years later another record. And but he's relevant all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And so he's always.
Well, it seems like there's only
records.
about 5 rappers, right? You got like Drake, you got Kanye, you got what, Chris Brown. Like these, I'm just saying these are guys that you only hear about.
I'd say it's like The Weeknd, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
There's like, oh god, my mind's blanking.
Drake,
yeah, Drake, Kanye.
Yeah, there's like 5, 6 dudes.
That are like mainstream.
Yeah, once in a while Jay-Z comes around. Yeah, we got another call. Hey, you there?
Hey.
Hey, who's calling? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Dan from San Diego.
What's going on?
Hey, man, how you guys?
Well, good,
Is it
man.
you today?
What's that?
Is it just you today?
No, it's me and Spicer. We're both here.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
What's up, man? How's the Diego treating you?
Good. You know, that's beautiful weather today, slightly cloudy, but, you know, can't beat it. It's at work. But I saw you guys were live, so I thought I'd call in.
Oh, right on, man. You got any questions?
Yeah, I did. Something that's kind of been on my mind lately about as far as, like I've been doing comedy for a couple of years now, and, you know, eventually I'm going to have to think of, you know, moving out of San Diego in a few years from now.
Correct.
And the thing that's, I feel like, you know, with comedy becoming so popular right now, it's becoming more and more interesting to me to move somewhere other than New York and LA. And I was wondering, I don't know if you guys have much experience about, I think Europe will be a fun place. You know, there's a whole new comedy scene. I think comedy is spreading around the world more than just the United States. More, you know, people doing comedy in Thailand, things like that.
Are
what do you guys think of?
Are you a comic? Sorry, I didn't hear. Are you a comic or just a fan of comedy?
No, he's a comic.
Oh, okay.
He's been doing comedy 2 years.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry I missed that.
It's funny because that you say that because I was just talking to a guy 2 days ago about I can't remember who it was, but they Bronston Jones said, "Hey, there's this guy coming to town. He fucking destroys. He's big in Europe." And he's from Toronto. So a lot of Toronto guys or Canadian guys, I guess, they go, instead of New York or L.A., they go to London and shit like that and fire up comedy.
Yeah.
So, man, I mean, I don't really know anything about the international scene. I see it's getting bigger and bigger. Burr just toured it twice. Marin also, and Louis C.K. You know, so it's just weird.
Yeah, anecdotally, you know, there's the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is huge, and you'll have breakout artists go through there. Australia, while not Europe, but the Australia comedy scene continues
That's
to
huge.
boom. And then, like,
Yeah.
the English, like, you know, hubbed out of London. You know, I have a couple of friends, Russell Hicks, who I haven't hung out with in a couple of years now, but we came up together in
He
San
moved there.
Diego. He moved there and is just crushing
wow,
it.
yeah,
He's
I've met him a
super
couple
fucking
times, yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's available wherever you go. But I also wanted to overlook something like Minneapolis,
Denver.
Chicago, Denver, Austin.
Yeah.
There are some great scenes outside of LA. and New
Portland
York.
also.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for calling, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Later. Yeah, that's interesting. You know how scary it is to move to, like, say, L.A. or New York. Like, oh, God. Imagine moving somewhere out of the country where you don't know anything about the comedy scene
Yeah.
and where you're going to live and all that. Man, that's just extra fucking weight on you, it seems like, you know? Like, I'm in another country now.
To some extent, I wonder, and I having not done it, I wonder if that makes it easier in the sense that you either go all in or you move the fuck home in a year.
Yeah.
Right? Where I almost feel like I started comedy in San Diego, and I love the San Diego comedy scene. But when I came up here to LA, I didn't feel like, oh man, new big city. It's like I
Yeah.
had been driving up for
Totally.
years already. There's not like this super tight-knit group of San Diego comics that are now in LA, even though there are a bunch of us.
Yeah.
But it's not like, welcome, let me
Yeah.
show you the ropes. Where I feel like if you move to London, again, just imagining, I could envision it being a tight-knit community of expats that are like, oh, dude, welcome. Let me show you the ropes. Let me show you
Yeah.
around. This is what you got to do. And you literally have nothing else to do because you don't know fuck all about the place.
Well, you got to think, I don't know what the immigration laws are or anything, but can you just show up and start working?
Yeah.
Like, because you're going to need a day job.
Yeah.
You're not just showing up with a pile of money and go, all right, I'm going to just start doing comedy. Are there laws like, hey, you got to get a work visa and
Yeah.
all that shit, you know? Which is probably 100% true.
Yeah.
So that's got to be completely really weird, you know? So you would have to do so much research that I think at the end of the day, unless you had a buddy that was like, I
Right.
did it, here's exactly what you do.
Yeah.
Because I also, the scenes are so different. The styles, like London comics are so different than American comics, you
Yeah.
know? If you go over there, all of a sudden you're just going to be like, maybe you learn a whole different style and you try to come back over here and they're like, oh, well, that's that London stuff. You know? I don't know. I think if you really want to try something different, go to somewhere cool like Denver is really cool. The Comedy Works.
Yeah.
They have a system where they let they actually pass people like the Comedy Store, and they get to host and feature for the headliners when they come in.
Oh, that's
and they
all right.
rotate them every night. So when I'm headlining, it's 2 different guys each night, you know? We got a call. What's happening? Who's calling? Where are you calling from?
It's Biggie from Connecticut.
How are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing, man?
Good, man. It's me and Spicer today. You got any questions?
Yes, I do. I got a comment, man.
Yeah.
You guys, a lot of people throw around that genius term, and I think Kanye West doesn't fit that. But today is a true genius's birthday.
Bob Dylan.
Goddamn right, man.
Fuck yeah, that's a real genius.
I've seen him over 40 times, and
Whoa.
he never disappoints, man.
Did you just read that thing today in the New York Times? He sold his archives.
Yeah.
It was
For $20 million?
Yeah, but here's the thing. They valued it at $60 million. But he sold it for $20 million and then donated the rest. Like, I guess
Right, it's going to be something out in Kansas City or something, I think, right?
I couldn't believe it because one of his handwritten lyrics to a song last year sold for $2 million.
Yeah.
I think it was "Blowing in the Wind," one of those.
Uh-huh.
This thing, they just brought it out today, talking about it today. The amount of shit, like I right now at my house, I have, it's so funny, I have everything of my life.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, well, man, if I'm ever famous, they're going to have a whole fucking shitload of stuff here. It's such a lunacy thought. That's not what I'm thinking. But I can't throw anything away. There was something in my house. I went to Coppola when he first did the Apocalypse Now Redux, which is the full movie version. I went to the screening and he handed out these cool pamphlets. This is just one in a million items I have. And I'm thinking like, why the fuck do I have this? But I cannot toss this. It's so fucking cool. You know, and it's
I'm having a hard time right now with my CDs and my DVDs. What the fuck do I do to them? You know?
Well, if you listened to us about 2 months ago, you can get rid of those. We did a full episode on get rid of those immediately because that's different. I'm talking about.
I don't know. I think it's something in me that doesn't want to release them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, yeah, then I think it's just acknowledging that you're holding on to it, not for the CD, not to listen to the CD, but just for the nostalgia. Because, like, I have cases of old video games that once a year I'll go down to the basement and open it up and look at it. And to me, that justifies keeping those 4 boxes. I'll be like, oh, yes, Madden 04. Like, no one wants that fucking game.
It's so fucking weird.
I love pulling out an old double album and finding, like, 30-year-old seeds in there.
You know, I don't know what it is, man, in the human that makes us pack rats, even if we're not those ones they shoot TV shows about. I'm telling you, dude, I've whittled it down, and there's still boxes of shit in my house right now. I've lived in there 5 months, the new place, and I just walk right by it, and I would walk by it for 10 fucking years. I don't know why I need to have this. I really don't know why, but I can't toss it. A lot of it is just genius rock and roll memorabilia.
So what my little brother started doing, and I don't know how far he's gotten with this, but what he started doing is with things like that, like knickknacks or whatever, it helps that he has, like, his wife and other people in his life are amazing photographers.
Yeah.
But he would take pictures, like, of that pamphlet from Apocalypse Now. He would take an awesome picture of it.
Yep.
And then save it, and he has, like, you know, it's like backed up 5 different ways. So it's all saved on his computer, so he just goes through and looks at them that way. And I think he printed a couple of, like, really nice prints of these photos of these things. So now he has a piece of art of the ticket of Metallica from '88 or whatever.
I get that.
And it's a really cool way that he's decided to, like, make peace with, I can't keep all this shit, but I still want to look at it.
I'm even a bigger weirdo of thinking, like, I don't even have people at my house. So it's not like, come on over. Oh, that old thing? Let me tell you a story about that. In 78, I dropped acid and saw fucking... That's not even that. That's what's fucking crazy about it to me. I'm like an absolute lunatic. My point on this is, as I was reading about the Dylan shit, there was so much stuff. He meticulously saved everything. And they said it was all in primo archival, you know, conditions. You know,
that's like
photos, movies, everything, man.
Movies, I couldn't believe it. Lyrics, letters, like there was a postcard from fucking Barbra Streisand in 1978. He had that. There was a telegram from Dennis Hopper and Peter Fonda saying, thanks, man, for letting us use this song on Easy Rider. All this shit, man. And I was like, God damn, that's cool.
I think it's really cool. And I wonder now, and don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the digital age.
Yeah.
But it's like that lyrics, the handwritten lyrics of, let's just say it was Blowing in the Wind, $2 million. Like, what is that? What is that today? It's like, oh, here's the hard drive containing the lyrics that Drake wrote. That's exactly
what I said yesterday. I was like, we're never going to have any... Except for that's why I like to hard write jokes in little booklets.
Yeah, see, I've moved on from that, and it kind of sucks that but it's like, oh, here's this printout of this email Dean sent me. It's just weird. We don't have that.
Yeah, we're not gonna have it. It's like, you know, we don't have any Charles Bukowski diaries sitting around. You know, like it's a crazy thing, but it's amazing because they had all these lyrics. And I'm sure you read it too. How many times he changed, like Ballad of Thin Man, you know? And you're going like, wow. Like he was such a perfectionist.
Different versions of the song Dignity.
Holy.
Which got cut from the album.
Yeah. Which is fucking crazy. And they were all on different hotel stationery, which they were showing his work ethic. Every night after his show, he was writing and rewriting these tunes until he recorded them. And he's scratching out lyrics and changing lyrics and shit. I was like, this is incredible, you know? That's insane.
Hey, happy birthday, Bob.
Yeah, just like Kanye. He does the same thing. Thanks for calling in,
Once
dude.
again, fuck Kanye. Mark that Twitter, man.
See you, buddy. Later.
Later. Before we moved on from like comedy scenes, one thing I do need to plug and give a shout out to. I was in Salt Lake City.
Oh, yeah.
This past week, dude, that for like a city that's easy to write off as just like, oh, Mormons, or like Utah, which I don't have a problem with Mormons in the first place, but like they won't get it.
Well, that's just a hacky thing,
Right.
you know. Yeah, you Mormons, you
Yeah,
sleep with
yeah.
9 wives and no booze on Sundays. That's
Yeah.
all you ever hear. You're like, really? That's the whole thing of a fucking Utah? You know? What about fucking Park? You know, like the film festivals and all the great skiing and
Or all the breweries.
Yeah.
Like there's such an indie brew scene going on in Utah. But the Salt Lake comedy scene, just incredible. There are so many funny comics just from the 3 shows I did there. And I put together like grip of time. You know, I think I headlined 3 shows and did, you know, like 3 hours. So it was just awesome. But
What's the name of the big club there? Delia said it was one of the best he'd ever done.
Wise Guys.
Yeah.
Like the main.
He says it's fucking incredible. Like, he says it's like Comedy Works. You know, that cool.
I actually, so that's I haven't performed there. I did a bunch of alt shows and like indie theaters. I was booked there like maybe 2 years ago. They had a different venue, and then that venue closed.
Right.
And then now they have one downtown Salt Lake, and then one in Ogden, Utah, which is like 40 minutes outside Salt Lake. So it was like literally at the time I was booked at Wise Guys, they shut it down like 2 weeks before I was going out there, and haven't been back. But the scene is great. If you're in Salt Lake, you know, go to your shows, go to local shows, check out Wise Guys, check out some of the indie scene. This guy Christopher Stevenson for a while was doing this comedy carnival festival out of Salt Lake. He's great. Jason Harvey's a guy. He's putting up a bunch of his own shows.
Cool.
That is just like, it's so cool to go to new cities and just sit there and watch 10 comics blow you away.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Just blow you away. They're so fucking funny.
Wow, that's great, man. And then how was the turnout? Good?
It was good. One was light. One was really light, but it was incredible. Like, there were some of the best laughers and just on board with anything, so I got to do a bunch of new shit. And then the other 2, one was like just packed, and the other one, you would walk in and go, yeah, this is full.
Yeah, totally.
But it was really, really cool.
And where'd you stay? It was a festival?
No, this is just, I put together a run of shows. My wife's family has a family business in Wyoming, and they meet in Salt Lake because it's easier to get to. So the wife and the kids and her extended family were all there, so we were all holed up in a hotel, and then I snuck away and found my sanity on the stage.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. Your wife went?
Mm-hmm.
And the kids?
Yep.
Wow.
I was all day with the kids, and then at dinner time would break out and go do a grip of shows.
That's badass.
It was fun.
So, yeah, we were in the middle of talking about The Cure.
Oh yeah.
And the Cure fans.
Yeah.
And
Weed heads.
what I think is amazing is the amount of songs that Robert Smith wrote, man. I mean, like how many, like they're doing 32 songs in the set, 32, and you're looking at it and you're going hit, hit. The Cure is a lot like the Cars, or who else? Like the Cars has like 20 fucking hits. You go see them, you go, I can't believe how many songs they have. And so I'm looking at the Cure set list, and I'm like, I cannot believe this. You know, and you can go on. It's a great website, Setlist, I think, setlist.com. And you can just pick a concert, let's say one you went to.
Yeah.
Like 20 years ago.
Oh, that's
Pops
awesome.
it up like, wow, there it is. And then you can hit play on each one.
Oh, yeah.
It has the set list, and a YouTube video will pop up next to it, and if you didn't know the song or whatever. But
Does it have a picture of the girl that grabbed the set list off the stage at the end of the show?
Yeah,
Stacy, 82.
I was wondering how they fucking get all these old set lists, but it's just research and people that have punched in. You
Like
can edit it and
bootlegs
stuff.
or whatever.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Whatever, man. But what a great site. So I was looking last night, Hollywood Bowl. They're there 3 nights, The Cure.
Okay.
This is the last night.
Oh, they were there last night?
Yeah, and
That explains. It was a bitch for me to get. I was at the store and I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Anytime it's what the fuck is going on, it's the Hollywood Bowl. The Hollywood Bowl is the only thing you absolutely love if you're there.
Yeah.
But you hate it for anything else. Like, fuck that place.
I think you even hate getting in and out of there when you're going to a thing there.
Oh, it's the worst.
Like, it could be literally your favorite band giving you a blowjob. And you getting there, you'd be like, fuck this place!
It's crazy. I go on the motorcycle, which is genius.
Yeah.
You get to pull right up to the bowl part and park and walk right in 2 feet away. And any other way, I'm like, this sucks. Fuck this place.
I'm going to buy a bike just for the 2 times I go to the bowl a year.
Yeah. God, they got great shows this year, the bowl. Sabbath's playing their last show there.
I need to,
ELO's playing. Oh, Boy George coming up, man.
Oh, really?
A couple nights ago, Culture Club.
Like Culture Club or
Yeah,
DJ?
Culture Club.
Oh, that's
man.
great. I don't like DJ Boy George. I like
Oh,
Culture
no,
Club Boy
yeah.
George.
But that's fucking crazy. Oh, you saw Boy George at the Greek Culture Club?
Was it great? Oh,
Wow,
that's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, so, okay, so we're going to go see The Who tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's going to be insane. 51 years of The Who.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Have you seen The Who?
I have not. I've done a bunch of what I would consider their gen rock, but I've never seen The Who. I've seen Tommy,
Yeah.
which is kind of The Who.
Oh, yeah. Yo, you mean you went and saw it live somewhere?
Yeah, the Broadway play when I was in New York, and it's incredible.
Right.
Like a lot
I've
of.
never seen Tommy.
Oh, it's so good.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you. Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
a musical, but
Yeah, whatever.
But I feel like The Who is one of the rock bands that pulled it off, where like U2 or Bono or someone wrote the lyrics for the Spider-Man Broadway show, and it's just
Remember
like,
that? You remember that Spider-Man fiasco?
fucking awful.
You two, like a guy died.
Yeah, lots of. I think like 2 people died.
Yeah, it was. They said it was the most unsafe show ever, and
Yeah.
and then they were working on the show for like 2-3 years, and
Yeah.
you two would actually be like the highest amount of making money band of all time, but they've had like these things that happen to them, like the Spider-Man thing. And you got to give it up to them. They take chances, like, yeah, let's do the Spider-Man thing, and then
Yeah.
wait, we just lost $60 million,
Yeah, that soundtrack isn't great, unfortunately.
And then they do tours where they make no money
Huh.
because the show is so big.
Oh, sure.
So like they go, well, yeah, they're making like $20 million a night, but the show costs $21 million to put on, But they don't care. I love it.
Yeah.
They just go full on fucking super show.
Yeah.
All those bands that do super shows, inside I'm like, I'd love to see this band at like, just straight up at the Troubadour.
Yeah.
Like $1,000 ticket or $5,000 or whatever, and you get to see them at the Troubadour. No fucking nut, just 4 guys playing music.
I bet they'd still kill it. I mean, that's.
Oh God, yeah.
That's the best thing about LA, or if you go to South by Southwest or any of these like festivals where they have indie stages and you can sneak into things. It was probably 5 years ago now. I don't even know. I could look it up. But South by Southwest, and I don't think he's the greatest musician ever, but Justin Bieber came in and just did an a cappella set. And it was just like, this kid can sing.
Yeah, just
Like,
seeing weird shit.
He's a brat and a piece of shit probably, but like you see him just singing, not dancing, not in a shiny suit or whatever. And everybody knows U2 can kill it, but yeah, I don't need to see hologram Bono reaching out and like holding hologram the Edge, like fly around the fucking arena.
Yeah.
Just watch him shred. It's like Prince's Super Bowl performance.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna fucking shred.
Yeah.
Me and a guitar.
That is still one of the epics.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Right. Man. Yeah. It's funny. Did you watch the Billboard music? Was that what was a couple nights ago?
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
like
even
Monday
see
or
these
something.
award shows anymore because it's just kind of like, oh yeah. It's like 3 or 4 popular performers and then just a bunch of like boring stuff.
Well, and they're so. I don't know. I love music, but it's like, I don't know. Do they mean anything? Like the American Music Awards, the Grammys, the MTV Music. I think the Grammys would be the ones that I would care about.
That's the only one.
Like what? Like Live Nation. It's like, what the fuck? It's just
What is all that stuff?
a cheap to produce TV show.
Like, really, what is it?
I have no idea.
These people, it almost just seems like they're all just promotion machines. Whoever's big that year, let's get them on. They're going to promote whatever they're doing. And then they get some award that doesn't mean anything. You know? I mean, a Grammy and an Academy Award are the two to me. But the Grammys, you know, they went way fucking down the tubes compared to, like, Academy Award, I think, is still the fucking king.
Yeah.
You win one of those, it's like, it means something. Academy Award winning actor.
Well, I think it's the only award, too, where being nominated is an award. Like, if you get nominated for an Academy Award, that means something. That has weight. Like, I was nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't mean shit.
So was I.
Yeah. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, it's funny because they'll use it. You know, they'll be like Academy Award nominated actor.
Yeah.
You know, Billy Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, man, he must be a good actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it holds that weight.
Yeah, it does. And no one's like, Grammy Award winner Beyonce. Like, I'm going to go to that show all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think also, again, not to throw too much love Bieber's way, but he had an Instagram post, whatever it was, after this award show, kind of just talking. He's like, look, I love my fans. I'm honored to be able to do what I do for a living, but it's like, this stuff sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. It's not what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine that promotional machine that you're stuck in where it's like, you go to the MTV Music Awards to do this thing. Then you got to be on the red carpet for
you're everybody
some
else's
other thing,
paycheck.
and then yeah. And it's just like, I just want to do my shit and make my fans happy and not parade on a red carpet.
That's not going to happen because there's 90 dudes that need you to do this so they can all drive 911s. You know what I mean? Which is just crazy.
That sucks.
Which, by the way, is that Subaru WRX wagon really happening?
It's happening in Japan. They're doing it. Well, oh god, it's not a WRX. I forget what the name of the body is. But it's an STI wagon, and it's currently announced only for Japan. But
It's not a WRX?
no, it's like a Asgon, or it has currently the body has a different name.
Oh.
But then they're doing an STI variant of it. But whoo.
It's got to come out here.
Oh yeah, I mean it has to, right?
I was talking to this guy today, which I had no idea. You know the Ford Raptor truck?
Yeah, that thing's a beast.
It's
SVT. Yeah.
What a great ride.
Yeah.
Two of my friends have one. These things, I guess they haven't made it since 2014. They skipped 15 and 16. Now they got a 17 coming out.
That makes sense.
Yeah. These things have a $25,000 premium on them. So they're 65 grand, but you can't get it for 65 grand. You know, you got to pay 25 grand on a truck. And then, you know, like all these people, so my buddy's been driving his for like 3 years now, and he's going to sell it for almost the same money he bought it for. Almost exactly the same for a fucking truck.
They're a beast of a truck.
Oh, they're so incredible.
Yeah.
But man, what a market, huh? So the new ones are coming out, I guess, in 16 or 17, right, in
17
January.
Yeah.
And everybody's like lining up to get one.
Yeah. I love the vehicles, and I love, you know, you and I will text about dope cars. I'm not a fan of paying markup. I was going to buy a Shelby GT 500 when they first started coming out again, whenever that was, 2005. But it was just the markup on them. Like, I love the car, but I'm not going to pay $20,000 over MSRP for a fucking Mustang. I don't care what Mustang it is. Not when there are so many other awesome cars out there.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, you know, I ended up buying a Porsche, but
yeah.
But it's like you look at other cars, and I guess I'm just not that big of a fan of. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll pay, you know, more money to get the limited edition paint job or something like that.
Totally.
But I'm not going above and beyond what the cost of the fucking thing is.
It was the reason I didn't buy the Golf R. Remember?
Yeah.
I
it
go
was insane.
I go to buy the VW Golf R, and I'm in love with the car.
Great car.
I test ride it. I'm like, this car is fucking killer. And then we get back, and the guy's like, well, I said, what's the price? And he goes, it's this. And I go, wait, that's $5 grand more. And he's like, yeah, there's a markup on these. And I go, yeah, but VW isn't selling one fucking car right now because you just got busted for that diesel scam. There's not a fucking soul here.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, sorry, it's a markup on these. They're really rare. And I go, yeah, but there's no one on your lot.
Yeah.
And VW is in the tanker right now. It's in the toilet. They're getting sued.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of models that fall apart. They're like one of the worst rated cars in the biz. And they were trying to get me to pay a markup. I just said, see you later.
It's a short-sightedness where I think some diehard fans, like, you need that thing, so you will pay for that thing.
Right.
But to me, we're in such a wonderful time of automotive industry where there are so many choices across every type of model line.
I
where
went
it's
up the
just like,
street
fuck you.
a block away and got the car that was even better.
Beautiful.
The WRX, it was like it had less turbo lag. The body inside was way bigger and felt comfortable, and it looked fucking cooler.
Yeah, it was great. And it's annoying too because it will kill some great cars. Whenever at '99, whenever they brought back Ford brought back the T-Bird, it was kind of that retro looking T-Bird. Those things were carrying $5,000 to $15,000 markups on it, and then they quit selling because no one could get them. So Ford quit updating them, and so here was this beautiful car that a lot of baby boomers were interested in that possibly fizzled out because dealers were just so fucking greedy trying to make money off the first 20 that they killed a whole product line. And now Ford only has like one performance. I guess now they've brought out the Focus and the Fiesta have a performance variant too, but it's frustrating as like a car enthusiast.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's like, like I was just reading the new Rolex Daytona.
Yeah.
Came out. Everybody wants, of course, New York Times.
Yeah.
Does a story on it. And they said the day that it came out, the Rolex dealer in Manhattan, there was a line of like 20 people at like 5 a.m. or whatever, just to get on the list. So the watch is, it's a New York call.
We have your watch, sir.
Yeah. The watch is 13.2 or 12.7 or something, they said. But they said it's going to be marked up $5,000.
That's a whole other Rolex.
That's another Rolex. And that's how I look at some of these motorcycles. Like when they first, Harley was doing it for a long time. They were marking up these CVOs, and now their other bikes are so fucking good that the CVOs just sit around, And it's like, because you don't want to buy something like buy one of those cars, a Raptor, and you're paying $25,000. That's another car. You're driving an invisible car inside that car.
Yeah, there are very few things that I think, be comfortable paying a markup on. And I'm not trying to belittle people that do. It's their money, spend it as you will. But to me, there are enough comparable things in almost every market that there's very, very few. I can't think of one thing where it'd be like, yeah, I'm going to pay more than what I should pay for this.
Well, I always think about, like, if I was rich and I was buying a home, I could be fucked in these bid battles, of places, because I'll walk into a place and be like, oh, this is fucking the one, and then you got to think there's like maybe 3 other guys going, this is the one, and you get into a battle, and then you buy it, and later an earthquake comes, and your property value goes down, and now you're upside down because you bidded the shit out of this house,
Well, and sometimes there are 3 pretend people that the selling agent lies about.
Totally.
Like, oh, it's very competitive. We just got an offer in.
Yeah.
When on our last place, they tried it, and they were like, yeah, offers coming in at this. And I was just like, well, that's more than we can do.
Yeah.
Well, they're signing it tomorrow. Okay, great. Well, they're going to start. Why do you keep calling me? Congratulations, you sold that. No, you don't. And I'm just like, fuck you. And then 2 days later, so the owner decided they liked you better. Shut the fuck up.
The owner decided, these 2 strangers, we don't want to make an extra 50 on them. They seem like nice people.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
I wish, for a lot of things, you could just, and this is when I practice law too, one of the frustrations, I wish you could just sit in, drop all the pretext, drop all the bullshit, and just be like, Dean, do you want this phone? How much were you willing to pay for it? $350. Great. I accept, instead of like,
yeah.
Hypothetically, if I was going to get rid of it for like $500, and you're like, no, it's just like, sell me the fucking thing.
That's how I buy cars. I used to buy cars. I would go in. First of all, I'd do mad research.
Yep.
Find out now they got that website, what the cars are selling for around in your neighborhood and shit. I'd find out exactly what the invoice is on it and everything. And then I would make it fair, like, okay, the guy needs to make a little money. And I would go in and I go, this is what I'm paying.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving here right now. I'm not sitting here going like, okay, and move to this box, and then move to that fucking box. And then this guy's going to come over and go, sorry, that guy didn't know what he's talking about. This is it. I go, I'll be up the street eating dinner.
Yeah.
If you can do this price, I'll be here after dinner. If not, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And and either they say okay or no. But sometimes they'll fucking try to say, yeah, no problem. Then you'll come in, and all of a sudden they do a fucking shake and fake.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, what the hell? That's why I think it's so people just hate buying cars.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I mean, that's very similar to my approach, and I didn't invent it. But I'll do the research, put in the groundwork or the legwork to know a base and know what I should expect to pay and know what I'm happy paying.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to get the best deal necessarily. Like, shit, I need a car. I'm willing to pay this much or
Totally.
whatever. And then I'll find 5 dealerships that I'm willing to drive to, and then I will call them. And I will call one and say, hey, I'm looking for a 2016 Prius Model 2. I don't care about what color, any of the other options. I don't care about just a Model 2. What's the best price you can give me? I'm going to call 4 other dealerships. The person who gives me the best price, I'm going to buy the car today.
Yep.
I am not going to call you back.
Yeah.
And then they'll hem and haw for a little bit, and if it's too long, I'll be like, okay, well, bye. Or they'll give you a price. And then I call the next dealership, and I don't share the prices.
Nope.
I just call, and that's all I do. And if any of them come in with the range in which I'm willing to pay, I will go and buy the car. If they don't, I fucked up my research somewhere, and I'll
tell you,
sit down and do it again.
I'll tell you, big bummer.
Yeah.
Is when my buddy called me and said, hey, will you call around and see what kind of price you can get? These fuckers grab your number.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to star 67 or whatever to,
Block it.
And man, they'll call you
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's Tony over here at Pontiac Firebird. you say, I got, no. And even if you say, I bought a car, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's too bad, man. What kind of price did you get?
Yeah. What can we do to get you in over here?
Yeah, I bought a car, trying to get rid of them there. They go, well, I want you to keep us in mind for your next car. And it's like, dude, see you later. And then, oh, what a nightmare. These fucking guys will just cold call you.
Yeah.
8 in the morning.
Yeah. Did I tell you about? I might have been driving here. I got called like a solicitation, some spam call, and I was driving, sitting in LA traffic. So I just had fun with the guy.
Yeah.
Did I tell you this story?
No.
And I'm just chatting with him, and he's asking all these questions, and I start off with semi-serious answers.
Yeah.
And then because the guy, I forget what he said up front. Just it was some scam.
Yeah.
And it was I need you to go onto your computer and hit. And enter the following code, and it will clear your computer of all viruses.
Oh,
and it was
man.
some hack my computer virus
Unbelievable.
thing. And he's like, are you in front of your computer? And I'm like, yep. And he's like, okay, enter this thing. And I go, okay. And he goes, you did it? And I go, yeah. Oh, wow, that's incredible. It did. It cleared all my viruses.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, what? It did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're waiting for the next thing to pop up,
And I was like, oh, yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Can I give your number to my mom? She would love this. And he's so I kind of lure him back in. And then at the end, this guy who didn't sound American, which is fine, whatever. He then goes, "You sound gay."
Wow.
And I go, "Excuse me?" And
He just clowns
He goes,
you.
"You sound gay." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And he was like, "How do you feel about that?" And I was like,
Wow.
"I feel fine about it. How do you feel about it?" And I kept peppering.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had so much fun. I was just
Wow.
laughing my ass off because I didn't care. But now because of that,
Yep.
I get so many fucking.
Oh, yeah, so you fucked.
I'm so fucked.
You can go online, you can block out your number somewhere. I forget what it was.
Well, I think this is some Nigerian scam. I don't think this is they respect the do not call registry.
Yeah,
but every
yeah.
time they call, I still fuck with them. And
Yeah.
they'll hang up. This one guy called and he was like, I forget what he led with, but I could just tell. And he's like, are you over 50 years old? And I go, depends. Did you like Batman v Superman? If you say no, I'll kill you.
Oh,
And they
man.
just hang up, and it's the dumbest shit. But I get 4 a day.
All right, let's get out of here. I'm going
Yeah.
to go see The Cure. We'll see The Who tomorrow, and then we'll talk about it next week. Thanks, guys, for calling in, and keep leaving reviews. You can donate at patreon.com/Dean Delray. And candles lit. Have a good week. Oh.